Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and I'm here with Steph. Say hi, Steph.
Hi, Steph. Hey, Andy. Thanks for having me.
So good to have you here because you're here for another episode of... They Said What? That's right. They said what? In this episode, Anderson Cooper said what? Now, guys, before we get to the Anderson Cooper clip here, I got to set this up so Steph and I can then react. Anderson Cooper said something, which I don't find offensive, but then somebody else found it offensive, and we're going to talk about that reaction. So stay tuned. There's a twist. But before we get there, let's set up this clip from Anderson Cooper. So Anderson Cooper is responding. This was him over the weekend responding to President Trump, who came out with a press conference saying that he won, everything's fraudulent, it was stolen from him, none of which he's proven yet. There's no proof of widespread voter fraud, and so this is all just sort of stuff that he's just thrown out there to see what sticks, and Anderson Cooper was reacting to that. But it was this one part near the end that everyone sort of reacted and turned into a meme.
That is the President of the United States. That is the most powerful person in the world, and we see him like an obese turtle on his back, flailing in the hot sun, realizing his time is over. But he just hasn't accepted it, and he wants to take everybody down with him, including this country.
Flailing on his back like an obese turtle, flailing on his back in the hot sun. Look, I'll react first, and then we'll get to the other reaction stuff. But I find this, there's two ways I would have seen this. One, it's amusing and accurate because he is obese. He's absolutely obese. I'm obese. It is a scientific term that defines someone who's over a certain threshold. And let's just be honest, isn't in a healthy shape. Isn't in the most healthy shape. It means they could probably use some pounds to, avoid getting diabetes and other, health problems down the line. So it seemed accurate to me. You could also look at it as kind of cute. I mean, a fat turtle on its back in the sun. I mean, I could see that's more of a positive thing, if anything. Kind of a cute visual. But I think he meant it in more of the desperate visual of this is seeks of desperation of this out of shape turtle turtle is slow. He's out of shape. He's got no moves left. He's on his back in the sun, flailing around with no other move to go. I think that's really what he meant. In which case, it feels like it could be an honest descriptor and not offensive. Steph, do you see anything offensive about this line?
No, not at all. As far as I'm concerned, he was using an analogy to put forward to the audience the actual reality of what's going on with their president at the moment and the state of mind that the president's in. So what? What's the problem?
Well, Steph, the problem was that, when you talk about Donald Trump's body, every fat person you know hears you.
Oh, I didn't know this.
They said what? What are you huh? All right, now this is the real one I got to react to because what? I have something I want Anderson Cooper and everyone else to know. All right, Juliet James, you said what? Let's see if Juliet has an argument here, shall we, Steph? Let's go through this. Dear Anderson, on Thursday night you referred to President Donald Trump as an obese turtle, which makes me giggle every single time, which rapidly turned into a viral hashtag. I was in the car listening when you said it, and I immediately tried to call you out on Twitter for it, but I did not have a good signal. All right, we got to react to this before I even get there. You were in the car and you immediately tried to call him out as soon as you heard it. I mean, this puts her credibility out the window for me immediately because she needed to pull over her car to react to shame Anderson Cooper for the fat shaming. Oh my God. Hold on. I'm trying. Hold on. Somebody, did she imagine somebody in the car? Hold on. Oh my God. Somebody get on my Twitter. We're not even going to listen to whatever else he's saying right now because he just used the word obese turtle. How dare he use the word? I got to get some likes on Twitter. Hurry up. Get over here. Let's do this. Oh my God, the amount of just ego on her already out the gate that she had to go on Twitter immediately to call somebody out, Steph. But then she realized, however, I wasn't alone and others did succeed in pointing out your fat phobic comment. Can you imagine this, the where she literally thinks like Anderson Cooper, who's live on air 24/7 throughout this week, has probably not seen his family, loved ones, friends, just work, sleep, trying to get this reality. Can you imagine the gall of this woman to think that, oh my God, Anderson Cooper almost saw her tweet live while he was on air? I mean, This person's not all with us. All right. So, but anyway, let me continue.
No.
Unfortunately, when it inevitably turned into a hashtag and then into memes, the vast majority of comments were disgustingly fat phobic. The clip has now been watched over 10 million times. It has been so wildly discussed in the last 24 hours since it aired that it already has its own Snopes article verifying its veracity. What does veracity mean? True?
Yeah, like it's truth. It's strength in its truth.
Did Anderson Cooper call Trump an obese turtle? Yes. Okay.
We just heard it come out of his own gob.
Apparently, Snopes verified it. Listen, there's no denying that Donald Trump is a despicable human being, and that has absolutely nothing to do. But that has nothing to do with his body size, and everything has to do with, who he is as a person. Criticize his lies, criticize his attempts to steal the election with fraudulent lawsuits, criticize his behavior, but don't criticize his body, because you cannot do that in a vacuum. You cannot mock one fat person without mocking another fat person. It doesn't work that way. Every single one of your fat viewers or listeners last night heard those words. Some have internalized fat phobia enough to be okay with that. But many of us are not even remotely okay with it. And none of us, fat or thin or in between, should be okay with fat shaming. Certainly, you're hardly alone in using his body size to mock him. It's been going on his entire time as a candidate. The author of Your Fat Friend wrote about it. How the left has a fat phobia. How it specifically relates to Trump. Blogger activist wrote about fat shaming and how his nastiness is not justified. 3 years ago, Steph, she's dropping some facts here. 2 other bloggers wrote about this issue, so we must take it seriously. This is facts. Early this year, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi took heat for making it clear how she felt about his body size, referring to him as morbidly obese, which is not actually even true when using the source for the phrase, the horribly problematic and racist BMI charts. Oh my God. But BMI charts are racist now, Steph.
I cannot handle this much stupid right now. I think my brain's going to explode quite soon. Andy, please hurry this up. Save
Hold
me.
on.
Oh my
I did
goodness.
read ahead in this. Her claim of this racist BMI fact, which is just, come on. She's claiming that because white people they studied the numbers on white people, and that doesn't factor in, Africans and Samoans, and so therefore it's absurd to assume that, all races would have the same health. But Steph, correct me if I'm wrong, we're all the same inside, correct? We all have the same organs and bones and body parts. Like, what would race have anything to do with? It shouldn't matter as long as you tracked humans. This is a human study, correct?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, whatever race you are, I'm just gonna put it out there because I say what I say. You're either fat or you're not. It doesn't matter what race you are, where you come from, which country, continent you are. You're either fat or you're not.
Correct.
So I am very, very
and then they show
lost for words.
They show this
for once
picture of
on this one.
they show this picture of this black woman as if is this, what would this change? I've seen white people who have this body shape. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people in the world that share body shapes. It's not about the color of their skin. It's about the way humans are designed, and we're all human inside. We're all flesh and blood. I don't. So anyway, apparently the BMI chart exists. So all right, as we're going. So and apparently, I love this one too. It was not even accurate. They fact checked whether Trump is morbidly obese, and the fact was, well, he's more obese than morbidly obese, is what the fact check proved. So they did acknowledge he is obese. So they, in her own, using the article links in her own article, Anderson Cooper was accurate in calling him obese because he didn't call him morbidly obese. So anyway, look, the problem here is that Trump is very unlikely to ever see most of these jokes, but your fat viewers, your fat friends, they hear it, and many of them care deeply. Here's the problem. Anderson Cooper didn't make a joke. That's what's really bothering me. He made a descriptor, an accurate descriptor about what he thought this looked like. And to me, it's more about desperation and, the fact that Trump is not in shape, that he always claims he's in the most healthiest shape. Come on, dude, you are not the most in health shape person. Give me a break. And that's what this felt like. Just he was trying to think of because think of it. A turtle is slow. And then if you make it obese and on top of it, it's like this heavy set of I gotta flip over. I can't. Like it's an accurate description of what that felt. I mean, to certain people of what it seemed like when he made that press conference. He was slow. He was slurring. He was just like. Take the politics aside. If I was writing a novel, I would not be mad if someone wrote that novel description. It was more of a writing than a joke, right, Steph? Do you see a punchline in what Anderson Cooper said?
No, although she says that many of them care about this. I wonder, when she did tweet out, how many people actually cared about that?
Good question, because she needed to go do it immediately.
Exactly.
Words are her superpower. Oh my God. All right. F Trump, she says here, and J.K. Rowling. So here's the pinned tweet. Andrew Yang just quoted the obese turtle BS back to Anderson Cooper while laughing. To his credit, he seemed truly chagrined. Then he said, I actually regret these words. It's not who I want to be. So thank you for owning that. And Andrew, take note. 9 people liked this. When you go down and actually find what she's been trying to keep this going, here's another fat shamed 4. Look, she does not have a following. There's nothing here that proves it. When you go back to the actual, here we go. I called Anderson Cooper out in this morning, 9 likes. This was not here's the article. 800 likes from HuffPo, which you got to remember, 11 million followers. 11.5 million followers tweeted out her article and only 820 likes. That's not good. That's not a good It's not a good ratio of engagement. People actually, I'm size 11. It didn't bother me one bit. I'm obese. I don't pretend I'm not. I notice and disapprove when others people judge, but in Trump's case, I'm okay with it because an application of his own rules of judging others. I realized thank you. Give me a break. What's this righteous indignation when Rosie O'Donnell was called a pig, mocking disabled? Yeah, exactly. Like, please, I'm serious. Everyone, even her own comments, they're telling her they don't agree with her because she's lost her mind. Look, let me say a piece here, and then we'll wrap up with your any thoughts or anything else you want to add here. The reality is, being obese isn't actually healthy. It's not good for you. I'm not going to be here and shame you and call you out as fat or obese for no reason. Why? At the same time, we can't block away those terms as if they're like hate words. They're not. They're accurate medical terms. And they're accurate medical terms for a reason, to try to save one's life. As a fat person, I can fully admit I'm lazy. I am lazy and do not put in the work that I should put in to lose more weight. I did. I'm sitting here doing YouTube all the time, so I'm not as active. I've noticed I've gained weight. It's hard to do it. A lot of people are. I feel for you guys. But the reality is, it's a choice you make. You can go out. You can make the time to walk. You can make the choice to eat less, and you will make a huge difference on your weight. That is just the reality of how it works. It's called calories, and if you don't burn off more than you eat, you gain them. It's just a reality. Now, look, I understand, there's certain people with handicaps or other things that make it harder to get people out. That's why, I'm not here saying we should fat shame, but Anderson Cooper was not fat shaming. He was legitimately calling someone out. And then my last point I want to make, and then I want to go to your thoughts, Steph. The one person who can take the heat is Trump. That's all he does, is call people out for their looks and everything. I do not feel bad in the slightest for someone calling him obese, given the verbs and words he's used to define others. So for her to be someone who's anti-Trump and then come out and defend him over this, I mean, what are you doing? This just reeks of someone who is insecure in their own weight and clearly has issues with it and is projecting and has problems with it. And look, I'm not here calling her fat. I don't even want to look. It's not my business. But the reality is, stop. This is a stupid fight to fight. He is obese. Get over it. If you hear the term obese on television and it offends you, you should take that and try to work on it. You should try to eat less. You should try to go out and work out more. It will help your heart. It'll help your family. It'll help everything. Go do it. I don't know. What are we doing as a society? We've gotten so soft and sensitive. We can't say the word obese anymore. Crikey. All right, Steph, what do you think?
This is the best that you can write about in this current climate. Someone calling Trump an obese turtle, and you're gonna cry into your milk because of that? Hello? I can think of many greater things to write about. You got your Black Matters Live movement. You've got the presidential election and all those issues going on at the moment. You want to look at Trump in a little bit more detail about his track record. One of the things absolutely abhorrent literally tearing children away from their parents as part of an immigration situation that's been going on. Like, dude, and you're hung up on someone calling him an obese turtle. Ugh, nah. Shut the front door on your way out, lass. Nah. You're done for me. Laters, bye. Move on.
I love shut the front door because I really thought you were about to say the F word and you didn't, but it sure felt like you did. I love this British slang is the best. Shut the front door, lass. Amen to that. This is ridiculous waste of words and time. And she didn't write about all that stuff probably because others have, and she's trying to find some little new thing to try and get the outrage mob to join her on. And the reality is no one cared. No one cared and no one should care. Now, please don't send your hate and vitriol over to her. That's not what this was about. But I think it's fine to mock the article. Mock the article on your own terms if you like, but leave her alone. But this is ridiculous. The term obese should not be taken away from language. It should be used to define obese people, especially when they're our president and they are so vicious in attacking others based on their looks. It is absolutely fair game. And I think Anderson Cooper had a valid descriptor, and he shouldn't have backed down. He did back down.
No.
He did. He apologized. He said when Andrew Yang called him out.
Right now, Biden's progressive agenda is...
Oh, hold on. I had it here.
Unified government in the form of a
Anderson Cooper laughs about it, and then.
But by the way, I should say that I regret using those words because that's not the person I really want to be, and it was in the heat of the moment, and I regret it. But right now, Biden's progressive agenda
Andrew Yang's
is...
not taking it seriously. Like, come on, Anderson, it was hilarious. But I feel like because he brought it up, Anderson had to sort of react again and say because he saw it going viral. But it was going viral because it was accurate. People were just sort of like, "Damn, that was a roast." Whoa, that was harsh. That's why it went viral. Let's be honest. Not because people were like, "How dare you call him obese?" He is obese. He is obese. Look, take the politics out of this. The comment's accurate. That's where I stand. Steph, thank you so much for joining me and letting me rant on this. You can go check out Steph here on Twitter, and they should check out Planet of the Nerds, right? And to see more of you.
Yes.
Planet of the Nerds.
Also as well. So the Planet of Nerds. Check us out there. We're on our way to 500 subscribers by the end of this year. So
woohoo!
Yeah, if you like the sound of me, pop on over there and have a watch, spread the love, all that lot. You'll also find me on Andy's other channel, Movie World. This week I'll be releasing a new first time watching video. If you go on my Twitter right now, there is a poll. Which one should I watch for the first time next?
Ooh.
We have Spaceballs, The Manchurian Candidate, Boogie Nights, and Roadhouse.
Oh, I'm voting Roadhouse. Voted Roadhouse. You can go vote. Check it out. First time watching. Steph watches movies she hasn't seen. It's very fun. Check it out on Movie World. You can see her channel, all the channels over on my About Chat side. So go subscribe to all our pals over there. And if you haven't already subscribed here, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and that all notifications, and then smash the like button while you're there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Steph, for being here. We will see you soon with more content here on Popcorn Planet. Dun 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 dun. Click these videos. Why not? They're there for you to click. Like an obese turtle.